It can be difficult to remember to be grateful even for good things. But what about being grateful for tricky things, weird things, strange things, challenging things? Let's talk about it.
This is a beautiful thought.
Welcome, beautiful thinkers, travelers and explorers, space cadets and down-to-earth people with their feet on the floor. Welcome to you. Let's talk about thank you for everything. All right. So a couple of weeks ago, seated in meditation, and I finished the meditation after the 20 minutes or so that I was sitting. And as I often do, I said a little prayer to conclude the session. And I started saying, thank you. Thank you for the good times. Thank you for the bad times. Thank you for the pleasure, the enjoyment, the happiness, the experience. Thank you for the sadness, for the sorrow, for the melancholy, for the pain, for the suffering. Thank you for everything. And thank you. All right. I can start saying thank you for the suffering, because in many ways, when I suffer, I later learn how to not suffer, or I later learn wisdom. And of course, I'm grateful again for my own discernment. I'm grateful for my will to apply my discernment. But for those moments of sorrow and suffering, what if I'm not just grateful for what they later give me? I'm also grateful for those experiences of themselves in those moments, even as I'm experiencing them, even as I'm feeling the pain of being not what I hope I would be. There's an episode of South Park, people like to share around this GIF, or GIF, if you will, of Butters when a woman has, or a young girl has broken up with him, and Butters is very distraught, and he is suffering. He's heartbroken, depressed, and sad, probably several emotions at once. And he says, I like life. And the other kids say, what do you mean? What do you mean you like life? You should be miserable. You just had this awful thing happen to you. This girl broke your heart in a devastating way. And he says, oh yes, I am miserable. I like the fact that life gives me the chance to experience these things. Or the other famous scene is from Almost Famous, where the main character, this aspiring journalist, is sitting in an airport and trying to make his way home, and he happens to run into his estranged sister, who is an air stewardess, and she says to him, wow, it's so great that you're out here. And he's like confused because he's sitting there miserable after, again, having romantic problems and problems with his friendships, his own friends denying him. And she says, I see that you're sad, that you're suffering, but it's wonderful. And you're out here living life. You're really living. And people say, it's easy for a ship to stay in good condition when it's at port. But that is not what ships are made for. And so when we're out there really living, if we really push life to the limits, of course we're going to have vast experiences, some of them enjoyable, some of them painful. And maybe, just maybe, we can be grateful for all of them. We can enjoy even that which on the surface seems inherently not enjoyable. My friend Adam Pashanta said to me that one thing he learned from his meditation is that he has preferences. All right, but they are just preferences. And one thing happens, another thing happens in his life. And yes, he prefers some of them to others, but they are merely preferences. It's like, all right, sometimes you go to the ice cream store and you order mint chocolate, but they make a mistake and give you, what do you call it? I'm trying to say, there's an Italian word for chocolate chip. It's like scagliatelli or something. Or they give you the chalk chip instead. Well, all right, it's not my favorite, but I'm going to make the best of it anyway. Whatever happens. I think that's from Abraham Hicks, this simple phrase. Whatever happens, make the best of it. Make the best of it. Whatever happens, make the best of it. So, thank you for everything. Thank you for the sorrow. Thank you for the happiness. Thank you for the peace. Thank you for the violence. Thank you for the intensity. And thank you for the subtlety. Thank you for everything. And that's all I have to say. I hope you have a wonderful day. Adios.
A beautiful thought.
Thank you for listening, and thank you for subscribing on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, whatever you use to download and listen to your podcasts, or jump on the site beautifulpodcast.com and you can listen on there absolutely free, the entire 118 episodes. And most importantly, have a great day.